It's time for six-figure trucking period number 34. Let's take a look at my compensation as a W-2 company driver. First, we're going to talk about the logs for the week. I was paid for 3,013 dispatch miles. I had 2,912 logged miles. My utilization this week was 91%. The days in orange, I was on paid 34-hour resets. My unedited pay statement for period 34 of 2024. This includes all trips from August 11th to August 18th. The first trip this week started in Laredo, Texas, and ended in Greencastle, Indiana. It paid $963 for 1,303 miles. The second trip this week started in Greencastle, Indiana, and ended at the Fort Recovery, Ohio terminal. It had stops in Edison, New Jersey, Mason, Ohio, North Vernon, Illinois, and Greencastle, Indiana. It paid $1,320 for 1,710 miles. Empty miles paid $55. Securement paid $38. 34-hour resets paid $200. Loaded miles paid $1,840, and stops paid $150. Total earnings for this week was $2,282. We keep hearing that across the industry, drivers are getting less miles and making less money. I'm one that believes in hard numbers rather than anecdotal information. Here's a comparison of my miles and compensation up to this week over the last few years. 34 weeks into the year, my gross income is $69,767, and I've driven 90,173 miles. This averages out to $2,052 per week and 2,652 miles per week. Estimating that out over a year, I'm on track to earn $106,703 for 137,912 miles. Through week 34 of 2024, I've been loaded 91% of the miles, and 14% have been hazmat placarded miles. This is a map of the miles per state year-to-date in which I've driven. This week, New Jersey was added to the map. Here's the home time that I've taken this payroll year. I've been on home time 14 times so far this year, totaling 45 days through the end of pay period 34. I've also had 18 paid 34-hour resets on the road. I'm not paid hourly, but let's calculate this like an hourly job. For the week, my gross pay was $2,282 for 56 hours of work. If we break that down to a typical hourly job, it could be 40 regular hours and 16 hours of overtime, resulting in an effective pay rate of $36.05 per hour. However, as straight time, it would be $41.10 per hour. Year to date, I've earned $69,767 for 1,820 hours worked. Out of those hours, 1,343 would be regular time and 477 would be overtime. If we calculate it weekly, with overtime, the effective pay rate is about $33.89 per hour. However, straight time is approximately $38.33 per hour. Taking a look at the if-only truck drivers were paid for every hour in the truck calculation page, 34 weeks have went by so far. This totals 5,712 hours. I've been at home 1,090 of those hours. That works out to 4,622 hours from the pre-trip leaving home to the post-trip returning home. My compensation through week 34 is $69,767. That works out to $15.09 per hour away from home. That includes all eating, sleeping, driving, working, not working hours. As always, make sure you're enjoying every day at work.